Hey friends, if you saw my last video, I went over a handful of K-pop artists that saved their companies from financial trouble and helped establish the company to what it is today. Going into this, I knew it was going to be a multi-part video series, and for part 2 on today's topic, I plan to discuss even more K-pop acts. There's so many to cover, but before we get started, please do me the huge favor of hitting those like and subscribe buttons for me. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DareToBe while you're at it. And now let's get started with part 2 of another K-pop history video.
Darling, it's you.
The MAMAMOO and RBW story is a blended one, and it shows how not only an act but also a label can both build their respective success. Headed by music directors Kim Ji-woo and Kim Do-hoon from Cube Entertainment, MAMAMOO's label Rainbow Bridge World, or RBW, has grown in the past decade into a respectable entertainment agency. The company started as a training ground for its students in singing, dancing, acting, language acquisition, and so on, similar to music label trainees, but it's since gotten so much bigger. It formed HYBE Entertainment in 2012 to take advantage of the popularity of K-pop, and they debuted their first girl group MAMAMOO in June 2014. The girls have definitely pulled their weight, and MAMAMOO has broken many stereotypes in K-pop, and these amazingly talented vocalists garnered them recognition in Korea and beyond. With huge hits like however the fuck you call it, and You're the Best to Decalcomanie and Starry Night, the girls' momentum helped make them one of the standout K-pop groups in the industry. MAMAMOO's success in turn helped RBW to be able to debut more groups like V-Romance, One Us, and Purple Kiss, as well as the re-debut of One We. RBW continued to expand and grow with the signing of other respectable artists in the music industry and has even branched into new markets with subsidiaries in Vietnam and Japan. And even in 2021, the company acquired 70% of WM Entertainment, Homa B1A4, Oh My Girl, and On and Off. There's so much going for RBW, but it could have been a much more boring story if it weren't for MAMAMOO's success. YG Entertainment was founded by former Sotaeji member Young Hyun-suk in 1996. Known originally for acts like Jinushan, Big Mama, Seven, and One Time in the early days, YG Entertainment had a respectable run in its first 10 years. But by 2006, a lot of its acts were moving on, which affected the company's bottom line. There was also a trend toward debuts of individual idols since so many had become popular within a group and were pulled away into their own careers, and they were a lot cheaper to maintain. So there was a lot riding on the debut of YG's new idol group, Big Bang. Fortunately, the boys pulled out all the stops, and the group's breakout hit Lies in 2007 helped to make a name for itself and show that groups were still relevant. Along with Haru and Last Farewell, Big Bang put itself on the map in arena performances and proved that idols can produce their own music and be artists in their own right. Idol groups like Big Bang, Wonder Girls, and TVXQ brought back the idol group trend, and Big Bang allowed YG Entertainment to reach new highs as a company in the K-pop music industry. The company has even moved into fancier and more respectable digs in Seoul. Thanks to Big Bang's success, YG became one of the biggest labels in the genre and allowed them to introduce major in-house groups like 2NE1 in 2009 and the next generation of acts like Winner, iKON, and Blackpink, just to name a few. The founder himself even admitted that none of this could have happened if it weren't for Big Bang's groundbreaking success. HYBE Entertainment was originally founded in 2006 by Simon Hong, who was formerly JYP Entertainment's president right next door, literally. What started out as a hopeful project, and thanks to its choices, it became one of the biggest labels in the K-pop industry at the turn of the decade with the debut of their first groups, 4 Minute and Beast, back-to-back in 2009. When they debuted their own acts, K-pop's golden age had just hit its stride, and the industry was making its presence worldwide. HYBE's success came relatively quickly, which was mainly thanks to the hard work and persistent promotions of their new acts. It helped that HYBE had recruited former Wonder Girls' member HyunA for 4 Minute, and the girl group worked hard, and soon they had major hits like Hot Issue, Huh, and Mirror Mirror by 2011. While HyunA had established a prolific solo career with the huge viral hit Bubble Pop. Meanwhile, for Beast, the boy group turned it out in 2010 with the most music show appearances that year, with notable comebacks of their songs Shock and Breath, followed by the timeless smash Fiction in 2011 that sealed their status in the K-pop pantheon. Both groups' success gave HYBE the capital to debut acts like B2B, Pentagon, CLC, and Idol in the following generations, as well as spin off the sublabel A-Cube, now Play M Entertainment, to debut the very successful A-Pink in 2011. HYBE has hit some major management rocks in recent years, but outside of that, their early success and notoriety as a label is largely attributed to 4 Minute, HyunA, and Beast in its critical first years. Debuting with the song Do You Know in 2011, Brave Girls was Brave Entertainment's first girl group under the helm. Even though the owner was former YG Entertainment producer Brave Brothers, the act couldn't get traction, and for 10 years the act flew under the radar for many K-pop fans. Die-hard fans made their songs Rollin and Deepen into cult classics, but it wasn't until 2021 when Brave Girls was down to 4 members and bravely facing their demise that they finally got their chance. A single loyal fan compiled many of their performances of their 2017 song Rollin with comments superimposed throughout the video, and the group exploded onto the scene. After nearly 20 million views in just over 2 months, the girls' lives were forever changed thanks to the YouTube algorithm. Now, a decade after their debut, Brave Girls set a new record of longest time period between debut to first win for a girl group, coming in at 1,854 days. Rollin made history for the girls with new records set for perfect all kills, and Brave Girls is back to work booking appearances and shows that finally put the spotlight on the act for the first time. They finally achieved the long overdue recognition they needed, and with that, Brave Brothers and Brave Entertainment was saved. While it's still technically a little too soon to tell, the company and group have a new shot at capitalizing on this newfound fame and success. And it all started with a great act, a great producer, and a great fan. 17's story is about a big gamble, not only for the label, but also the group itself. Things weren't looking too hot for Pledis by 2015, as New East was struggling and After School and Orange Caramel were MIA. In 2015, Pledis went out on a limb to debut the newest group, 17. Any act with 13 members, which was originally supposed to be 17, and I guess they had to stop somewhere, gets expensive to support, so they had to make it all work. 17 knew the odds, so the boys were basically doing everything they could to make it work in the competitive K-pop industry. They produced their own music and choreography and poured their hearts into promoting themselves. The hard work paid off though, and 17 hit it big with major hits like Pretty You and Very Nice by also scoring their first wins on music shows too. Soon the boys were achieving physical album sales numbers that rivaled acts at the big three companies, and the group rode the worldwide K-pop wave. In time, the group hit the million album mark and surpassed it, and bringing in enough money to pay for itself and shore up Pledis' balance sheet. While it may have been a risky debut for Pledis in 17, it all worked out in the end. The icing on the cake was that Newies pulled a Hail Mary pass and had their own resurgence after Produce 101 and Minhyun's position in 101. Pledis became so successful as a label that Big Hit, home of the worldwide stars of BTS of course, bought a controlling share of the company in 2020 and later merged with them to create HYBE Entertainment. This story shows that hard work, talent, and calculated risk can help people achieve the dreams they seek. Hey, that's it for today, friends. As I said, this is only just part 2 of the series on where I go over K-pop artists' success stories that saved their companies. If you want me to continue this series, let me know in the comments and I'll work on part 3 eventually. Until then, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons for me. Check out many more of my videos. I appreciate you for stopping by and I shall see you next time.